So let's take a look at the X1000, Panasonic's brand new prosumer camcorder, offering some spectacular new features that compete with similar professional camcorder devices costing 2 or 3 times as much. Notably, the key attraction is 4K, and one that has an amazing 150 megabits per second, 60 frames per second in NTSC and 50 frames per second in PAL modes, all at Ultra HD TV 3840 by 2160 pixels. Not only that, like the Panasonic GH4 HDSLM, the X1000 sports full cinema-like 4K at 4096 times 2160 pixels at 24 frames per second. And of course you've got UHD TV modes at 4K, 25p, 30p and 24p modes. Plus, if you want to shoot HD TV, you also have, again like the GH4, 200 megabits per second all intra modes at 1080 or long GOP classic FHD modes for 100 megabits per second recordings. So let's take a look at the X1000 body. We can open the lens protector. It has triple ring operation, which are illuminated for night time. It features a 4-position inbuilt optical neutral density filter featuring switchable off, quarter, 16th and 64th NDs. This will help to reduce the amount of light entering the lens. You've got a focus assist button, a focus switchable auto manual infinity focus switch, and of course the good old push autofocus button for instant autofocusing of your image subject. To the right of the focus buttons you've got 4 user programmable and selectable buttons. Notice that the focus assist button also functions as a 5th user programmable setting button. And below that you've got the menu switch with a scrollable wheel for you to select, push or set any of the software options on the display. You've got dual card slots where you can hot swap SD cards for continuous non-stop recording. Loop record if you don't know when the recording is going to start, and pre-record whilst in standby mode so that a few seconds can be recorded to ensure you make your shot in time. Below the SD card slots you can see the gain button, which features a 3-position gain selector with low, medium or high settings available. And then obviously you've got the shutter button to adjust the shutter, a white balance switch, dual channel stereo, 2 channels you can see here featuring line in, mic in and phantom power 48 volts. Below that we've got the intelligent auto mode or a manual selectable switch. If you're using the IA mode, that means you can just obviously hit that button and start recording straight away. Everything is done for you, including shutter and aperture and white balance. So just hit that button if you haven't got a lot of time to set up, and off you go and record. Then you've got the optical image stabilization button, the zebra button and a switch for the display to switch between display on screen or through the eye finder. The eye viewfinder features a 1226K dot EVF at a 0.45 of an inch, and the LCD is 1150K dot at 3.5 inches. Panasonic have chosen to place the 2 XLR buttons, one there on the left, channel 2, and on the top near the handle is channel 1 for easy position of your microphones. We've also got a top record button and zoom, controllable zoom if you're a handheld. The X1000's EVF can be moved upwards or downwards if you prefer different positions for filming in certain scenarios. On the back side, the supplied battery gives you roughly 4 3/4 hours of maximum continuous recordable time and actual record times of around 3 hours across most of the Move, MP4, ABC HD modes using just the viewfinder. Ironically, Cinema 4K mode will actually give you roughly an extra hour of maximum continuous and actual record times when using the viewfinder. Overall, you'll lose 10 to 30 odd minutes when using the LCD only whilst recording in all the record modes. Charging the battery takes around 6 hours for a fully charged unit, To the right of that, we have the unit has full computer mode compatibility with USB 3 host or device configurations set on the menu. Device mode acts as an external device to upload to your NLE system. So you just connect it up and it will see it. Host mode is used so you can attach an external hard drive to the camera so that you can copy over data to and from the internal cards or actually view thumbnails of stored clips on the hard disk. Finally, on the back, you've got an HDMI version 2 output, which delivers a really nice clean signal to your display or monitor. And I've checked that in 24 Hz mode at 24p, and at 50 Hz 50p, and 60 Hz 60p was working correctly on a Panasonic monitor, all in 4K. So as I say, a nice clean signal, and you can use a select on the menus if you want to include the display settings as well. The viewfinder, as you will see, will fully retract into the unit for safe storage when you're moving around, or if you just want it out the way when you're using the EVF.
You've also got time-lapse record. You've got pre-record. Now, this is a feature of camcorders where you can actually, as soon as you switch the camera on, as you've got power up time, it starts recording instantly. So by the time you set up, you'll be able to capture anything you may have missed.
So you've got what, a couple of seconds of pre-record at any one time in memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You do have intelligent zoom and hybrid OIS, etc. You've also got digital zoom. As you're fully aware, with digital zoom, you do get a little bit of breakup in picture quality, but still pretty good. Again, with the Leica lens, so we're really pleased to have that. Still continuation. Different elements of controlling audio, and obviously mic levels, etc. So within the menu system.
So on timecode now, timecode mode, timecode setup, full timecode setup as you'd expect out of a camcorder. And you've got free run, or we can just set it up to set up your hours, minutes, seconds, into whatever flavor you wish to do so. Sync to your EBU for the bars type. If you want to do a broadcast, set up the camera to your studio. You've got two changeable zebra detection setups with default set at 80% for skin tones and 100% for overall picture. These can be changed in increments. There are numerous setups for display. Of course, center marker on, level gauge, histograms, level meters for audio, etc.
And obviously here you can effectively change the display, what you want to see on the LCD and the EVF as well. So there's quite a lot of information there just for that alone. And you've also got
AV out setup,
so you can detect whatever monitor you're
HDMI resolution. Just click that a minute, see what we got in terms of. There you can see we've got the 2160 or the 1080, 1080i. So you can actually set up the HDMI out for your device, your display device. And down convert is available on there.
And then again, of course, it's quite self-explanatory. You can turn the
these are the setups functions,
settings off on the LED lights on the focus rings. Then you've obviously got your frequency, as we said earlier, be able to change between the two.
Economy AC.
Yeah, so
brings the power down on displays.
Yeah, and also sleep mode. So if you wanted to go off after a certain time, you can. And actually quite
Wi-Fi setup as well, which is
just
sometimes a new thing for camcorders.
So again, very similar to our camera. And then Wi-Fi setup, so you're able then to control this by your smartphone, tablet, etc. Again, very similar to our Lumix G range, etc. That will control that up to 20 meters. As far as we're at the moment, it'll be the same app, but that could potentially change in the future. I think with product development and making improvements to our Wi-Fi controlling. Yeah, so you can take screen grabs from the 4K picture, as you can do with our Lumix GH4.
Onto the camera setup, you've got detail level, so you can turn off the camera's processing of sharpness, and it's typically used to tune detail until no smearing is apparent between light and dark areas of the picture. The function enhances the contours or edges in an image, so detail level handles horizontal levels, whereas the V detail will enable you to adjust the vertical detail. Detail coring adjusts the noise level in the detail control. You've got chroma level, the adjustment in the saturation of the color level, and then obviously you've got the chroma phase, which is another meaning for color hue. The more you increase it, the more it leans towards purple and magenta. The more you decrease it, the level then shifts towards yellow and green. There's two setups for color temperature. For instant recall into your scene setups, AB for setting towards a more warmer or cooler light correction. Master pedestal for black level reference. The control lifts the black level and affects the brightness balance in the image. Then you've got DRS either off or on, 1, 2 or 3 settings. This adjusts the dynamic range stretcher. You've got a number of gamma curves available. The usual camcorder HD norm and HD low, and SD norm and SD low gammas, plus the more reputable Cine V contrast priority gamma and the Cine D dynamic range priority, which is great for grading. You've also got B-press, where the video signal in the low intensity area is compressed more, creating a sharp and strong contrasting picture in low contrast scenes. You've got matrices and knee function. An auto low, mid, high knee function to allow for higher video levels within the dynamic range. Skin tone detail allows you to improve the facial skin color detail, smoothing out any skin irregularities. Focus transition time settings to set up focus settings over a variable amount of time. You've got flashbang compensation for reducing light band interference, such as flash photography. The X1000 allows you to quickly set up focus assist with area focusing and area iris modes, focus peaking with expanded focus screen functionality. You can change the color of focus assist between different colors accordingly, and when you're in focus in red mode, the display changes to show you a red border. This allows you to speedily get focus as the subject glows brilliant red when in focus. Both mode means expanded focus and focus in red or one of the other colors is working. You also get 3 focus point transition points for changing the point of focus between subjects, so you can set and store for the scene you're filming either directly or at time interval points. Well, that quickly summarises the X1000. I really like this camcorder, and I'm going to be coming back to it, showing you exactly in another video of what we can achieve at 150 megabits per second in 50p and 60p modes. For now, here is a quick specification rundown, and thank you once again for watching.